book number 44 coming up. Let's do it. Okay, I have it, and let me look. It's time to pick the next book for the Book Bowl Challenge. This is going to be book number 44. And just a quick aside, the word 44 is my favorite thing that people from St. Louis say. Because if you have a St. Louis accent, you say 44 as farty far. And it's so funny to me that that's like the only word that they say weird or different than I would say it. And I'm from Kansas City, which is not very far away from St. Louis. So it just strikes me as kind of funny that farty far, although I have heard like horses being said as harses. Of course, it's not everyone from St. Louis that does this, but enough that it's like the accent. And I don't know if I have an accent or not. Like I said, I'm from Kansas City. Some people say that the Midwestern Kansas City accent is a very neutral accent, but I have people watching this from all over the place. So you guys tell me if I have an accent or not. Let me know. I also feel like it's my sworn duty as someone from Kansas City to give a little grief to people from St. Louis. So book number 44 coming up. I am pretty excited for this one. You guys remember that number 43 I didn't really love as much. It was a memoir, and just the tone, the target audience didn't really speak to me. So I know there's a lot more memoirs in here. There's quite a few that I'm pretty excited for, but I would say if I had to cast out like a prediction or a wish of what I hope to get, I kind of want to go just completely away from nonfiction. Oh, hi, George. So I think I'm hoping to get away from nonfiction in general. I almost feel like it's time for like a fantasy or sci-fi we have not had in a while. I know there's several romance books that you guys just keep crossing your fingers for to see me draw. A mystery would be pretty cool. I haven't had the best luck with the mysteries that we've pulled out so far, so like a good mystery would be amazing. But if I do end up with nonfiction again, totally fine. I think we couldn't really get any worse than we did last time, so it's only moving up from here. Without further ado, let me go ahead and get this a nice stir. And when I draw this book today, I'm going to try and show you guys what I got before I look at it. I guess I won't know if it's upside down for you or not, so I apologize in advance if it's upside down, but I'll put the cover up on the screen too. Let's do it. Book number 44, or farty far if you're from St. Louis. Okay, I have it. My eyes are still closed. I'm gonna hold it up. I hope that it's the right way for you guys, but I'm gonna flip it over just in case I had the star side pointing at you. And let me look. A Little Life. The only thing I know about this book is that it has devastated everyone who's ever read it, basically. I really honestly don't know much about this book. I don't even know if it's fiction or nonfiction, so let's look it up. All right, first things first, one of the things I always like to do to be very respectful of authors and other cultures is I like to look up the pronunciation of authors. I've gotten this wrong before when I've pulled Book Bowl books, so I've learned my lesson. Here is how we pronounce this author's name.
Hania Yanagihara.
Hania Yanagihara. Let me know how I did with that. Hania Yanagihara. Hania Yanagihara is an American novelist, editor, and travel writer. Looks like she grew up in Hawaii. This is her best-selling novel, the one that she's known for. This is super highly rated on Goodreads. It's at a 4.29, and it was a Goodreads Choice Award nominee for Reader's Favorite Fiction 2015. It was published in 2015. It has 720 pages, so this one is a chonker. And the genres are fiction, contemporary, LGBT, queer. Amazing. It's still June, so we have another queer book that the Book Bowl has delightfully given us this month. I do feel like you guys have a theory that the book bowl is this like sort of sentient thing that always knows what to give. And maybe that's true because we have yet another queer book for the month of June. Although I do have to say there's quite a few queer books in here, so maybe it's just mathematics. But I'm going to choose to believe that there's an essence to this. All right, let me read the blurb here. When 4 classmates from a small Massachusetts college move to New York to make their way, they're broke, adrift, and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. There is kind, handsome Willem, an aspiring actor. JB, a quick-witted, sometimes cruel Brooklyn-born painter seeking entry to the art world. Malcolm, a frustrated architect at a prominent firm. And withdrawn, brilliant, enigmatic Jude, who serves as their center of gravity. Over the decades, their relationships deepen and darken, tinged by addiction, success, and pride. Yet their greatest challenge, each comes to realize, is Jude himself. By midlife, a terrifyingly talented litigator, yet an increasingly broken man, his mind and body scarred by an unspeakable childhood and haunted by what he fears is a degree of trauma that he'll not only be unable to overcome, but that will define his life forever. Wow. Already the blurb sounds very heavy. This sounds like it's going to be a book full of a lot of human connection. Maybe we'll have a lot of analysis of how the characters relate and interact with each other. It sounds like we're going to be digging into trauma and how that filters through your entire life. A bunch of you guys have friended me on Goodreads at this point, and if you haven't, please do. I really like being able to scroll my feed and see what everyone's reading. With that being said, I can see when I'm on the page for a book, I can see how many of my friends have either read it or shelved it, and this one is a ton. It is shelved by 531 of you. Okay, first impressions. This is a heck of a pick. I've seen this on social media a lot. I've seen little snippets of videos of people finishing this book just in tears. I have not been spoiled about this book or how it ends or the plot, which is incredible for a book that's being talked about so much on social media. So I feel really, really sort of lucky that it hasn't been spoiled for me yet. But I guess the only thing that's sort of been spoiled-ish is how emotional it is. And I don't even know if you can really count that as a spoiler. I really hope it doesn't take me a long time to read. I sometimes think that I tend to blow through really large books really quickly because I kind of see it as a challenge to get through. And a lot of times with large books, I'll sort of mixed media consume it. Sometimes I'll read a few chapters on Kindle, and then sometimes if I'm in the car or if I'm out on a walk, I'll go ahead and put the audiobook in my ears. So when I go to check this out from the library, I'll see if they have the audiobook available too. If you have read this book, please check in the comments. Let me know what you thought about it, but I better not see any spoilers on this one, you guys. Just let me know if I need to prepare for all the emotional devastation that I'm expecting to need to prepare for. That's not a bad thing, by the way. I love a little emotional devastation in my books. I love a book that can make me like genuinely ugly sob. So I hope it can do that. That is a challenge for this book. So we'll see if it can make me ugly cry. Let me know if you've read it. Let me know if you're thinking about reading it. And by the way, I think it is just so fun that some of you guys end up reading the books either along with me or you read it after I give my review. And if that's you, please, please, please send me a comment or send me a DM. Let me know if you are reading the book along with me. Let me know if you're going back to read one of the books that I read a year ago. I kind of want to hear it. For me, reading is an incredibly social activity. I love talking about the books I've read. I love a little argument if we feel differently about the books. I just love kind of getting into the analysis of it, or even just a quick check-in to say that you liked a book or didn't like it. Please never hesitate to reach out to me. It's one of my absolute most favorite things about being on Bookstagram. Especially send me a message if you are going to commit and challenge yourself to read 720 pages of A Little Life with me. See if we can finish it around the same time or not. And if we're equally emotionally devastated by this book, let me know.